that is against the GMO importation and is kindly asking government or requesting government to and even Kenyans to go against this importation of GMO. So guys, I'm still continuing. Like I want to inquire more opinions among them. So Siju is ready here so that he can.
Okay, when I want to talk about the GMOs, first of all, you know very well that I think he is the fourth richest person in the global, uh, if not second, Bill Gates. Uh, he traveled to Kenya just some days ago, and he was like clarifying about the GMOs. One, our government should know that shortcuts are not ever dangerous, and they are bringing the shortcuts into our lives. If if we dwell in foods that are genetically modified, uh, the outcome will be negative unto our health, and it will be like we are abandoning the natural way of life and satisfying our bodies in terms of food stuff. Like it will be like, let me say, a chicken or a fish, or let me say just other food stuff. They are being, if it is an animal, it's reared in a period of time. So find that the bones are weak, but the flesh is there. So we are being satisfied in quantity, but not in quality. So I would like to say that the government should not uh, allow this thing to take place. Since a lot of funds to treat those people who are suffering from diseases like cancer, diabetes, and so on. So you find that when people are suffering from these diseases, the hospitals will be overcrowded, and it's like the funds that have been used to generate the GMOs will be driven. We will again use something like 30% more than that to treat those people who are suffering. So this one will lead to shortening our lives and as well putting our lives as in danger. So I would like to advise the government that we've been dealing in agricultural products just as Kenyans. Most of them are planted or reared in Kenya. So let's just use the funds that would have been used rather in GMOs to support the agricultural sectors, to increase food production, and to satisfy all citizens in Kenya. You see, like in Israel, you find that they do research on how to expand the agricultural sectors, not how to satisfy our bellies. And this one will, it is like they are getting excess and exporting. This one has improved their economy, and they are somewhere. So kindly, what Baba said is final, as a Kenyan, that the GMOs will not accept. As a comrade, as a researcher, I'll not allow this. Let's support this as comrades and national members, and let this not take place in Kenya. Thank you.
Viva, 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 viva.
Oh, guys, you've just had a very brilliant man, a very brilliant. So, guys, we are still continuing. So, there are different researchers. They have given us their opinions, and I guess there are some that are remaining to give us what they have. Oh, my guy, the researcher, the most innovative comrade, a researcher, scientist, want to dispense his wisdom on this take of GMO.
Actually, I'm gonna speak as a comrade. So I'll give my stake on this GMO stuff, and actually, I'm against it totally as a comrade. If we look back, this GMO stuff was not among what the government promised to us as citizens, and during their campaigns, we never heard of stuff like GMO to improve the lives of Kenyans. Actually, the government has failed us when it comes to the food sector. If you see them trying to bring into the country the genetically modified organisms, what the government should do, our case is no different than Israel as a country. In fact, Kenya is more productive than Israel. And if you look at Israel, the country is very dry, and they are more productive in agriculture than when compared to Kenya. And so, I think Kenya should emulate what Israel is doing as a country and introduce maize schemes, to solve this issue of shortage of maize, rather than import the GMOs, which can be harmful to the nation and its citizens. When you look, Winnie Odinga, her stand on GMO, she said that actually from where these things are to be imported from, those citizens, when you look at their stature, like they are overweight. They are overweight as a result of whatever they bring into their bodies. So we would not want such situations to happen in our country. And that's my stake. Comrades, viva!
Viva!
Reject!
Reject. Brilliant mind. What a wonderful opinion to the most scientist person in this institution. Actually, we are in a known institution. It's a university. I won't reveal the university that and the last person that want to give us his idea. So guys, I know you're keenly taking their opinions. So kindly, there is another person that want to give us his brilliant mind. So let's pay attention and hear what he has or this take of GMO. So guys,
Comrades power. Wow. Comrades power. Wow. So I want to take this opportunity to first abandon the matter of GMO, genital.
Oh, a lot of researchers have said. In fact, if you look, like if you just remember Dismas Baraza, the Kenya Kwanza MP, actually today he was against this initiative of GMO. Like he didn't want government to implement it, and he said, in any case government want to implement it, let the government modifies or improve the sector of health sector, so that at least in any case people will be suffering or they will be suffering, or there will be a lot of risk that has been caused by this GMO. They will find a way of being improved in terms of their health. So guys, we are still continuing, and if I think there's yeah, I don't know if there are some people that want to talk. Do you have anything to add apart on this take of your GMO? Actually has condemned the GMO, and you've just heard. So guys, we are still continuing. I think there are some others that want to add more opinion on this act of GMO. Is there anybody who is there's a researcher, a very brilliant researcher again, want to dispense wisdom to us.
Okay, thank you very much, my senior anchor. And comrades, for this initiative, I want to say, comrades, reject. Let's join hands together in rejecting this. For the contest of GMO, I think the government was referring to the improved maize import. And for that case, we saw the Trade Cabinet Secretary the other day just trying to implement this policy by saying the poverty level in the country so far is still high, and the hunger rate is still high. So the initiative that they were trying to put in place was to curb this starvation. But I want to tell the government this. Across the rift, from Bomet, passing across through Uasin Gishu Plains, going up till Trans Nzoia, I think the farmers will expect some yield in a few months' time, and probably by February, the National Cereals and Produce Board will be having some stock in plenty. Kenyans are mature enough to be specimen of these genetically modified organisms, and for this case we are referring to maize. This maize importation, I think the funds, first of all, is a borrowed money that will, I think we can it's dangerous to an economy to lend money and spend it on recurrent expenditure. That one is very harmful. And for the other case, we are spending it on something that is going to be much more hazardous to our health. So, first of all, beyond my rejection of this initiative, I will advise the government that it's due to imported inflation, and that's why there's high rate of poverty, the general increase in price levels. So we should just endure with it, because we are just from elections, and we just don't expect prices to be down immediately. So the government will rather wait for the National Cereals and Produce Board to get the maize stock ready by February and distribute it to all the maize millers, and probably we shall curb this issue to do with hunger and starvation that so far has been seen as the major concern by, according to the president and his cabinet. And above all, Kenyans are still beyond being specimen, and I will urge all of us to reject this initiative. Comrades, reject.
Beautiful people, so they call me Robin, and welcome back to our YouTube channel, Robinson Media. So guys, as we are here with different scientists, researchers from different campuses. So the other day you heard about GMO, and government wanted to import the GMO, the genetically modified organism. So even yesterday, as you can remember, Raila was interviewed about the GMO, and he really resisted and he was against it. So here also again today, I want to just to obtain different opinions among different researchers and scientists. So I'll start with bro. What's your take on this GMO importation? What can you advise government? Oh, first, tell us what's your take on this GMO importation, and if you agree with it, can you explain the reason why you agree? What are some of the benefits that GMO can bring in this need? And if you disagree, kindly tell us, or you can advise government on the best alternative way to use apart from this GMO.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. As a young researcher, I want to condemn this decision made by the government of Kenya, yes, to introduce GMO to Kenyans. First of all, we remember so well when our trade cabinet, it was like reasoning on the basis of adding GMO in the list of things that causes death in Kenya. So that one first make this thing something which should not be allowed. Then again, introducing GMO things in Kenya will also lower our life expectancy. Yeah. So as a researcher, we don't allow this, and we just want to advise the government to just allow us use the natural food that we had before, because we already have problems, things like cancer, and before that we don't have GMO so far. What about after adding GMO issues, organisms in maybe in our foodstuffs? Yeah, we will have so many problems, and with that, we don't accept it, and we don't allow it. And I'm requesting Kenyans to come out with the loudest voice possible so that we can condemn this act. Yes, thank you.
So you've